what was the business outcome for you of manager?
So after the implementation of Manager, it became a lot easier to manage, five, six, seven, eight appraisers at a time, understand their current caseloads, how many files are they carrying, what's coming up due. For us, the best part of Manager was being able to designate where that file was in the assembly line. So I can pull up on my screen and see the file's due in 4 days and it hasn't been assigned to a researcher yet. And to me, that's a red flag where I can automatically pull up, call the appraiser, say, why hasn't this been started? Is there a problem? And I can problem solve pretty quickly. So my research team manager and myself get on the phone every Monday, and we just quickly in 10 minutes go through every active file that we have in the office to be able to look for any red flags and say, are we going to miss any deadlines? Do we need to reprioritize based upon what's due? So it's been a very good system for us. Now that we have all of the billing reports all worked out, our AR is very easy to follow. Inputting payments, printing invoices, all that is very, very simple and easy in the software. I have to say, it's been a huge advantage for us. I showed some of my competition, some of my friends it, and they're always amazed by it. And I always tell them, I say, why don't you have something like this? It seems silly to me why you would. It's not even a large expense at the end of the day. It's a pretty meaningless expense when you think about your productivity levels. Even looking at, we run reports on a monthly basis on how many bids did we put out, how many bids did we get of them, they turn into engagements, and over the course of 12 months, which clients do we need to touch more and more and more, right? It's that system in there, we use that every single day, literally to be able to see, and it takes extra time to put the bids in every time, but sometimes we bid anywhere from 20 to 25 properties a day we can bid, but we put every one of them in from every client, and then the data from that is priceless to be able to see, okay, so we had a big client of ours, for example, and not a big client of ours, a big client in general out there, they're a big AMC, and they came to us with more and more bids constantly, and my admin office manager said, we have a 5% capture rate on their bids, and we're putting in X amount of hours per week. So I emailed them and said, unless you're going to improve our capture rate here of getting bids, we're no longer going to put the time into your bids, right? So for us, we were able to see that that client wasn't even worth it for us to put it in because they're obviously a lowest fee bidder, and that doesn't work for us.
How would you answer a commercial appraisal firm owner that says, I can manage my office with Excel?
It's night and day. It's not even comparable. Excel is great for many different applications, but when it comes to managing your caseload, especially if you have multiple appraisers, to be able to set. So I know, for example, you can customize your dashboard for every appraiser for what you want to see. You can have the reports look any way you want on your dashboard. So I customize every appraiser's dashboard myself, and they view it. And first of all, I hide the fee from them, right, in the dashboard, so that
Got to
they're
do
not
that.
the most expensive file first, right? But for them also, the appraisers can run their own reports very quickly to be able to see what their monthly billings are, right? It works on both sides of it. For me, and literally in the matter of seconds, I can run a report and see, where all the billings are at for the month. But I know for each appraiser how many files they can handle at a time. My top guys can handle, maybe 10 to 15 files at a time. My guys who struggle with volume, maybe 7 or 8. My team has 34 this morning, right? So, but I can always see, so I can, on my dashboard, when I get in a portfolio or whatever it is, I can take a look and in seconds know who's going to get it. Right? That's a lot different than having an Excel or picking up the phone and saying, can you handle this? Are you too busy? What do you have due next week? That's what we used to do, right? You pick up the phone or you yell out in the office, who can take this, right? Because you never turn work away. But for us now, I just have to look at my dashboard and I say, this is who can take what. I distribute it and it's done, and it's assigned. During the virtual world, I have to say, the software has been even better for us because when we went virtual, we no longer have hard files because our admin's home. So as soon as the job's assigned, appraisal manager automatically emails the appraiser and says you have a new order, right? And it's all an automated system. We're going to have to notify the appraiser. It's in their inbox. So it's been a very, very good process for us throughout.